Welcome to Emboldened Movement. My name is Chelsea, and today I will be taking you through an energizing morning yoga practice. So let's come together on our mats. Come to mountain pose. Feet are about hip distance apart. Arms come to the sides of the body, palms facing out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, pressing the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Bring your awareness and attention to the feet and just lift one foot up at a time, peeling the toes, keeping your weight in the heels. Both feet coming to the mat fully. Just start to rock forward and backward. Starting to become aware of where your feet are on the mat, where your weight is distributed. This is an exercise of observation. If back and forth feels good to you, maybe you sway from side to side. Just noticing how that weight change affects the body, engages different muscles. Take a few more sways here. Come to stillness and just start to notice the four corners of the feet, the outside of the pinky toe, the back of the heel, the inside of the back of the heel, and right underneath the big toe. Notice how when you are able to evenly distribute the weight between those 4 points, how that helps lengthen through the spine, engage the legs. Stand here for just a few more breaths, noticing and observing. And then as you're ready, start to inhale, the arms coming up. Interlace the fingers at the top, pointer finger remains high, and then exhale, just start to turn off to one side. So we're lengthening through the right side body here as we tilt to our left. Really plant that right foot down. Notice the length and energy just coming up through the right side of the body and that opening in the rib cage. Take a few breaths here. Relax the face. Relax the shoulders. Inhale brings you up. Maybe you wiggle out of those hips a little bit here, and then exhale off towards the right side this time. Pressing through the left foot, really noticing that energy engage as you come up through the left side of the body. Breathe into that left side body. Keep the head nice and relaxed. Two more breaths here. Inhale, come back up. Reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, just start to forward fold. Hands come in front of you to prayer. Allow yourself to sink into this forward fold. Option here, if you don't feel comfortable bringing your hands to the mat, maybe you take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Okay. Wherever you are, though, I just encourage you to really relax the neck. Maybe shake the head from side to side. Let yourself grow heavy here. Pause and breathe. This is the first time we're in forward fold in this practice. We'll come back again. But just start to notice where you feel tension, where you feel the muscles start to elongate, where the energy starts to rise. And now you're more than welcome to stay here, or you might start to sway just with the upper body from side to side around the feet. Small sways from side to side. Really moving with the elbows, leading with the arms, and just letting the heart and the upper body follow. 2 more rounds here. Coming back to neutral, hanging nice and heavy. Let's release the hands and just walk them out on the mat. We're coming into downward facing dog. Okay. So if you need to shorten the dog a little bit for this first iteration of the pose, feel free to do so. And then just allow your tailbone just to start to wag from side to side. Press through the hands, at the same time press through the heels of the feet, the balls of the feet. This allows the body really to press those hips high, lengthening through those hamstrings and the back of the legs, at the same time opening through the heart. Take 2 more breaths here. Let's just start to roll forward. So coming onto the toes, bringing those shoulders, or the front of the body towards the shoulders. So we're coming into a plank. Take a deep inhale in here, and then exhale, slowly come back to downward facing dog, hips coming high. Beautiful. Inhale, come on the toes. Just start to round the spine this time as you come forward. Shoulders right above the wrists. And then exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take that 3 more times here. Inhale, coming up on the toes, rounding the upper spine forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to take a slight bend in the knees as you come back to downward dog. Inhale, up on the toes, rounding through the upper spine to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Last time, coming onto the toes with that inhale, rounding the spine, and making your way to downward facing dog. Pausing here and noticing any changes in the body. Changes in your energy. And then as you're ready, just start to walk the hands nice and slow towards the feet. Coming back into that forward fold. Really allow yourself to hang heavy here. Savoring sensation in this pose. As you're ready, inhale, halfway lift. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees, inhale, arms come all the way overhead to an extended mountain pose. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Begin to walk the hands out. We're coming into plank pose. Option here to stay right here in plank, or you might come onto the toes and exhale for chaturanga. If you're in chaturanga, come to upward facing dog. Make your way to downward facing dog. You can always go directly to downward facing dog from plank if that is best for your practice. Okay. Pausing here for 2 breaths. Let's walk those hands back to the feet. Taking that forward fold, hanging heavy. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Fold again. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, arms come up. Hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Grow heavy here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk those hands toward the plank. Again, you can go right to downward dog if that feels good for you. Or you might come up high on the toes, take a deep inhale in, exhale, slowly chaturanga down. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice the feet here, the length in the back of the legs, the length in the back body. Then as you're ready, centering the weight over the left leg, inhale, right leg comes high for three-legged dog. Now you might just stay here in three-legged dog. Maybe you take some ankle rotations in one direction and then the other. Or you might start to open through the hip, coming into a variation of wild thing. Pausing and breathing. One more breath here. And then just start to square the hips. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly release right leg to mat. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Inhale, left leg comes high into three-legged dog. You might stay here, or you might choose to open through the hip. Wherever you are, try to keep those shoulders as square as you can. Pause and breathe. Take a deep inhale in, exhale, release that foot back to the mat. Sway those hips from side to side. Maybe bend those knees, pedaling out the feet. And then as you're ready, just start to walk those hands towards the toes again. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Interlace those fingers. And then just start to turn to one side. So maybe we start with the left tilt, opening through the right side body. Inhale, pause and breathe. Notice how this might feel different for you than the first time we took this pose. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale off to the opposite side, to the right side, lengthening through the left side body. Once again, pausing and breathing. Noticing how this iteration feels slightly different than before. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, arms come down to the sides. Mountain pose. Pause and breathe here, just in this moment of stillness. This moment of noticing, observing. When you're ready, we're going to step the left leg out. Point those toes away from the body. We're setting up for warrior two, so bend through that left knee here. Extend right leg back. Inhale, arms up to the sides like a T. Gaze over that left hand. Keep a nice 90-degree angle in that front leg. Notice your strength here. Your endurance. Your presence. Be in this pose, in this warrior, knowing your power. a few more rounds of breath. And then on your next inhale, let's reverse the warrior. Left hand comes up, right arm comes to the back leg. Pause and breathe. The bend should still be in that front knee. Inhale back to warrior. Keeping warrior legs. Inhale both arms forward. And just as if we are stretching a bow. Inhale, bring that right arm back and release. Sweeping forward 2 more times. Inhale, arms together at the front. Inhale, draw that right arm back. Release. Last time, inhale that right arm forward. Draw that arm back. Release. Inhale, lengthen through that front leg. As you exhale, bend forward, reaching as much as you can with that left arm. And then just let that left arm come down and meet the leg. Right arm rises. The goal here is not to bring that left hand to the mat. The goal here is to be as flat as you can. So just pause and breathe here. Feeling that stretch, feeling that lengthening, that energy rising. Two more breaths. To come out, take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, bend that front knee, coming back to that warrior 2. On your next inhale, arms rise overhead, lengthen through that front leg, and we're just going to switch sides now. So turning right foot away from the midline, come into that warrior 2. Nice 90-degree angle in that right leg. Gaze over right arm. Once again, fall into this pose. Notice your strength, your power, your resilience, your softness. How all these things can come together in the same being. Take a few more breaths here. Let your face soften as you take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, bring the left hand to the left leg, right arm rises up for reverse warrior. Inhale takes you back to warrior 2. Again, pausing, noticing, breathing. And then as we're ready, let's bring that left arm forward to meet the right. And then pulling back that bow this time with the left hand, release. 2 more. Inhale, left arm forward. Draw back that bow, release. Last time, inhale, left arm comes forward to meet the right. Drawing back that string, release. Lengthen through that right leg. Begin to bring the body forward towards that right side. Release right hand to the leg. Inhale, left arm rises. Pause and breathe. Noticing, feeling, observing. Observing energy. Breath, strength, and softness. Take 2 more deep inhales and slow exhales. Start to bend through that front leg, coming back to that warrior 2. Pausing and noticing before we start to shift those right toes forward. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, let's turn those heels in just a little bit for goddess pose. You can keep hands to heart in prayer, or you might bring the arms to the sides, bending at the elbows for kind of cactus arms. Okay. Wherever you are today, just pause and breathe and sink in. For 3, for 2. On your inhale, rise on up. Turn those toes forward. Exhale, fold forward. Hands might come behind you here. Reaching, feeling. Pause and breathe here for a moment. Releasing any stuck breath. Let the head sway from side to side here. Release the hands, let them come forward. Option to stay here, or you might start to come to a half lift, lengthening through the back, walking hands towards right foot. Noticing that lengthening in the backs of the legs here. Just allow yourself to pause and breathe. And take a deep inhale in. Exhale, slowly move back to center. And then off to the opposite side. Again, pausing and noticing that lengthening in the back legs. If that feels good for you. If it's uncomfortable, maybe we untwist just a little here. Inhale brings us back to center. Plant those hands on the mat and just start to come towards the knees. We're coming towards a seated position here. Lengthening feet out in front of us. Okay. Let's take a moment just to point the toes and flex. Point and flex. Again, point and flex. 2 more times. Our feet do so much for us. Sometimes it's nice to give them a little wiggle room. Spread those toes wide if you can. Release. Bring the right leg over the left. Maybe you squeeze that right knee into the chest. Option here just to twist from this position, keeping left arm over and around that right leg, right arm coming behind you. Or maybe you use that left arm to get a little deeper into the twist. Okay, placing that left elbow on the right knee. Take whatever feels good and comfortable for you. And just allow yourself to pause and breathe. Lengthen nice and tall through the spine, really pressing the crown of the head towards the sky here. Take a deep inhale in, exhale, release. Keeping that right leg Our right ankle stacked over the left knee. Let's just begin to bend that left knee. So we're coming into figure 4 here. Okay. This may feel good for you and you may stand here, stay here, or with wrists right under shoulders, you may start to press those hips up, okay? So wherever you are coming from, you can always relax the head back if you're pressing those hips up. Keep the chin forward if that feels better for you. Pause and breathe. For 3. Press those hips high. For 2. Deep inhale in. Slowly bring those hip bones back down if you've pressed those hips up. Okay. And then exhale. Just start to twist from this position. Bringing that right leg down, the right foot down to the mat. Okay. Gaze over right shoulder. Breathe for 3. For 2. 1. Release the legs. Extend those legs out in front of you once again. This time, bring the left leg over right. Give yourself a little squeeze. Again, this may feel just what you need, and if so, you can begin to twist towards the left side, left hand coming behind you. Okay. If you so choose, you might want to bring right elbow in front of the left knee and use that for a little bit more of a twist. So take whatever it is that feels right for you today. Lengthen through the spine, pressing the crown of the head towards the sky. And just pause and breathe. Take a deep inhale in, exhale, release, keeping that left ankle over the right knee. We're coming to that seated figure 4 here, okay? Again, you may choose to stay here, and that's fine. If you're hoping to press those hips up, make sure the wrists are right under the shoulders, okay? Take a deep inhale in and exhale. Start to press those hips high, okay? Maybe you keep your chin into chest, or maybe you open through the neck, okay? Pause and breathe. With each inhale, pressing the hips a little bit higher. For 3. For 2. Deep inhale in. Exhale, release down. Coming into that twist again. Left leg falls over the right side body. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. Pause and breathe. Take a deep inhale in, start to unwind the body. We're going to lengthen through the legs and just slowly bring the rest of the body back to the mat, however feels good for you. We are coming into Shavasana here. Maybe you put a bolster or blanket under the knees if that feels good for you. Maybe you just lie here exactly as you are. Maybe you bring the bottoms of the feet together in Supta Konasana. Take whatever it is, whatever pose, whatever micro movements you need to make in the body. Just feel 10% more rested. 10% more comfortable. And just start to notice the body, notice the energy. Notice movement and stillness. Allow yourself the opportunity just to be an observer in your physical experience. Notice the movement of the breath, of the inhales and the exhales. Notice what comes to mind in your experience as you allow yourself this opportunity just to be still. Still with the breath. Still with all of the energy moving inside of you. Allow yourself to be in this experience as long as you need. I thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you back in session soon. Namaste.